ASMR, because this is totally what ASMR means. It means just put your microphone on the lowest possible sensitivity and talk really softly into it and all around it. Just whisper all up in the microphone, because that's what people are here for. Totally. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. Hey guys, Kitti Minx. This one's not really a mukbang. I just have some tea. I'm not really celebrating anything other than I was a bit brief in my last update video, and I just made that really quick to give people a heads up that in terms of YouTube with their subscription box and notifications, that it's not just them, that it is a system-wide problem. I've been seeing videos by a lot of big name channels that are talking about it, so it's a site-wide issue. It's not just you. So if you thought it was just you and just your account, nope, it's affecting pretty much everyone, including me, including my channel that I use just to watch stuff with, because it's not the channel I make stuff with. I have a channel for making stuff with, and I have a channel for watching stuff with. I keep things nice and divided. Anyway, first I'm gonna just toss out some happy things for artwork for my Patreon and for potential merchandise. I am working with an absolutely fantastic artist and a very, very good friend of mine. Her name is Anna Maria Bryant, and her artwork is amazing. She's the writer and artist and everything for her own independent comic that's available in web form, and newer issues are available in print form. It's called Adler's Watch, and it is fantastic, and her art is probably familiar to you if you're a fan of like comic books and Doctor Who and stuff. She long time ago, before it really was a thing, she did a lot of really good fan art of Deadpool and Harley Quinn, including the parody concept of Dr. Pool. So if you've ever seen that, that is her artwork. That's her fan art. So if you're familiar with that, then you're familiar with the artwork of her. And we've been friends for a lot of years, so I talked to her, and we worked out kind of a business deal where she helps me out with doing some art for my Patreon and my channel and merchandise and whatever, and of course I pay her for labor, because this is one thing, some advice I want to give to you guys. And you know, if you have a skill and your friends have a skill, yes, it's always nice to just trade skills, but sometimes that's not enough. And especially when you're an adult and you have bills to pay, you gotta, even if they're your friend, you gotta not expect something for nothing. You gotta pay them for their work. And I have friends who do all kinds of things, like my hairdresser is also my friend, so I still pay good money to, see my friend to do my hair, but she gives me what she calls the friends and family discount, and I know she does, because I've seen her list of pricing for services, so even then, I tip her extra. I'm like, yo, like, I know we're friends and all, but, treat me like anyone else. And so yeah, with your friends and whatnot, you can, quote unquote, discount your rates or whatever, but even still, just pay for it. So, right now, my channel is so small and everything. She knows I don't have a lot to offer her in that regard. I've been working with her in the past to try to promote her stuff, so I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna pay you for a bunch of quality artwork, and then we will go from there in terms of how well it works out and how well it sells with residuals and deals like that, which we both agreed is, completely fair. And that should be how it's supposed to work. And she has a Patreon of her own. It supports her comic, Adler's Watch, and it supports her making artwork in general. I will link to that in the description box. So if you want to get a taste of what the artwork for some of my characters and some of the nice, cool perks that you're going to get from a Patreon and future merchandise, definitely check it out. And if you got even just $1, because that's where her starts at, if you got just $1, please chip it her way and support her art, support her comics, because she does work really, really, really hard, and she is super duper talented. So please support independent artists, because that's like one of the most important things you can do when it comes to art. So yeah, we'll be working together to get that done. And one of the things she does is really cool is when she's working on something, she streams it on Picarto. So a lot of times when she's just working on a page or a comic or a piece, she'll announce when she's streaming for people to watch, especially her patrons. So that's the thing that she does, and I think it's super cool. You should definitely check that out. That might be something in the future if we keep working together with artwork for my characters and stories and whatnot. Maybe something she and I can work out doing, so you guys could watch her as she brings characters of mine that you really enjoy, quote unquote, to life. So yeah, I will link to her Patreon down below. Definitely check it out and support her if you can. And part of why I'm doing this bit of a ramble is, man, I'm just like hella stressed, if that makes any sense. And it has nothing to do with you guys, it has nothing to do with making videos, but there's a lot going on just at home and my personal life, and it has driven me up the wall. My family has a Labrador Retriever who turned 12 over Christmas. She started going downhill around 10 years old. It's when she really stopped wanting to go for walks and just kind of really slowed down. I'm going to say in the past month, she really went downhill. And then this last week is just like the nail in the coffin. They got hardwood floors. There's hardwood floors now that have been installed in the house. And she already was having mobility issues. She's always had arthritis on and off since she was about like 8. It got worse when she was 10, and now she's 12. It just was really bad, and she had a really hard time walking on the new floors, and I have a feeling at some point when no one realized, she probably fell down pretty hard, and after that it made it more difficult for her to walk, and so now the poor thing just really can't. She kind of just will like slide herself across the floor, and she'll spend all day in like one room and like kind of try to shuffle into another one, but she doesn't go very far. She stopped going outside to go to the bathroom, so she's a mess. And she doesn't even perk up when she sees the leash, and it's a pain. She's still drinking water, but it's a pain to try to get her to eat. And the medicine from the vet, we have to hide really carefully in like scraps of food that she likes. And yeah, it's become a matter of discussing the quality of life for this dog, because she's clearly in pain and she can't move and she can barely eat and she's a mess. She's poor thing is soiling herself and doesn't have the strength or the energy to clean herself up even. So, and I'm a person of opinion that especially an animal you love so much, when it's their time, they should go with dignity. They shouldn't, have to suffer up until the very end. Because I think about it in terms of a human. Like, what if this dog, this elderly dog, was my grandmother? Would I want my grandmother to pass away just like flop somewhere, like lying on a bed or lying on a couch, unable to move, in a lot of pain, unable to take care of herself, soiling herself, unable to get clean, and just be purely miserable but kept alive because, people love her? That doesn't sound right, does it? No. And this dog is clearly in pain. She still has a will, like she's still trying, but her body is given up on her. And I've had this dog a very long time, 12 years. And it's really hard when you have a member of your family like that and you have to watch them. And I know she's just a dog, but you have to watch them deteriorate and go like that, and it hits a little hard because around this time last year, I lost 2 cats. One from old age. Her name was Gwen. She was a fluffy little tortoiseshell. She was about 13. She got a cancer in her mouth that resulted in a tumor that made it nearly impossible for her to eat food and swallow, and so she got really skinny, and that's what tipped us off to go to the vet. And at that point, it was too late for the vet to really do anything because of her age. Surgery and the anesthesia would have just, killed her, so had to put her down. And then another cat named Zen. He was the only cat that went outside. And it wasn't like we didn't try to keep him inside, but he was like a bolter. Like, you would just like open the door, crack to step in, and he would somehow like sneak out like between your legs or around your legs and just dart out into the whether it's the front door or the back door, he just would bolt. And I later learned from the vet it's because, contrary to what I'd been told, he was never neutered, and the neighborhood is full of indoor-outdoor cats and stray cats that are female who were never spayed and of course are going into heat. So he was always bolting because, he was smelling all those females in heat and wanted to, get his mating on. And I definitely know that happened because a whole bunch of kittens between like 2015 and early 2017 when he passed, or even after, because of how they age, but saw quite a few stray kittens in the shelters and the adoption days that looked quite a bit like him. So, well, because he did that, he, one time he was apparently, looks like, according to the neighbor, he was trying to, normally he was a very careful cat. He was really scared of cars. He tended to stay on like one side of the road, but apparently he wasn't paying attention and darted likely to get to a female, and he got hit by a car. And the neighbor who found him said that the car that hit him probably wasn't a car in the neighborhood, because the cars that live here all drive like really slow and really careful because they know there's kids playing in the street, in the driveways, and people have pets that run out. So because the area around the neighborhood is getting all built up and construction and highways and stuff, a lot of people who don't live here just like to use it as a cut through to get to the highway. And so what we're thinking happened is someone was just literally speeding through the neighborhood, speeding down the street to cut through to get to the highway, and wasn't paying attention and just hit him. So we had to, take care of him too. So it was 2 cats in a month early last year. And now this year it's my 12-year-old dog. And I have a cat who is 14, and she has a kidney issue she's on medicine for, and a heart issue she's on medicine for. And in her old age, she's gotten pretty senile and just freaking pees and poops wherever. It's really nasty, but also heartbreaking. But she still, has energy. She's still very cuddly and likes to be with people. But yeah, she's gotten pretty senile and starting to have the conversation about her quality of life too, because when she starts really showing signs of being in pain, it's going to be kind of like how it is talking about the dog right now. So by the way, the dog's name is Taffy. She's a really sweet yellow Labrador, so keep her in your good vibes, thoughts, prayers. If you have any spiritual beliefs about animals at all, just, hold her in yours, because, she was a very special, important dog. She got me through a lot of rough times in my life, and she was such a loyal member of the family, and it really hurts that I have to say goodbye to her pretty soon, and it hurts a lot. Over Christmas, we consider Christmas her birthday, because the people we got her from as a puppy said that that's about the time that the litter was born. So this past Christmas, I went to one of those really fancy, expensive doggy boutiques and bakeries, and I got her, bags of expensive treats and some new toys, and I got her what's called a pup cake, and I, brought it for her to eat, and it was super cute, and I sang happy birthday to her, and she was such a happy dog, and that was just, end of December, and to go from that end of December to early mid-March, and she's on her way out, it's really hard. And I even had a feeling when I was getting her birthday stuff together, I even told my family, I'm like, you guys should, record this or something, because we don't know if we'll be able to do this next year, because she's already been slowing down for the past 2 years. We don't know how much time with her we have left, so we should cherish every moment we have with her. And sure enough, after that, especially the past couple of weeks, she's really slowed down, and she's just, while the will is there, the will is definitely there. She doesn't seem senile at all. She seems all there mentally. Her body is just given up, and it's becoming a dilemma as to her quality of life, because she can barely move. She can sort of eat, but she can't, have any dignity when it comes to going to the bathroom or keeping clean, and it's heartbreaking. It really is. And like I said before, I really do believe that animals should have some dignity, just like people. Like, when people, hit that age where it's their time to go, people should be able to die with dignity. And so should animals. I feel that if they're a member of your family, they're a member of your family, and they deserve dignity. I'm sorry to bring up something so sad. It's just been weighing on me for the past couple of days. And also, my allergies have been a real pain in the ass, because there's dogwood trees all over the neighborhood, including right in front of my house, and I'm starting to see leaves on them, but they're still flowers, and I'm just downing allergy medicine and everything, and it makes me so loopy and ugh. And to those who don't know, um I have bipolar, which don't let that scare you. I'm not a dangerous anybody. Really, I'm not. I'm not dangerous. I'm not quote unquote crazy. It's just, high highs followed by low lows. What goes up must come down. So I have periods where I have a whole bunch of energy and there's a million things I want to do and I'm all over the place. And then I have periods where I just want to, just be by myself and chill in one spot and not go out, not move. That's just kind of how it is. And I got put on some new medication to try to level that out more because my, gotta go fast manicness when I was out at the Mustang in Reno, it kind of it didn't bother people per se, but they were more so worried about me because I was awake for I was awake and trying to work for 3 days straight with no sleep, and they're like, dude, you gotta sleep, you gotta chill out, come on, relax. And so because of stuff like that, and again, what goes up must come down. So after doing that, especially when I went home from the trip, I crashed and crashed hard. So yeah, when I saw my doctor, they're testing me on something new to try to level me out, and I can feel it kind of is. I still get the little bursts of energy, but not that much. But it does also kind of make me feel like a zombie. It makes not with my voice or anything, but it makes emoting with my face very hard. So it's yes, I'm happy, yes, I'm sad, but my face, whatever controls expressing emotion in my face, just is the signals to that are being blocked by whatever it is I'm taking. But I swear I am feeling an emotion. It's just my face is not responsive to it. I'm sorry. So I'm also dealing with that bullshit, and I just booked my next flight to go back out to Reno. You'll be seeing the announcement video for it soon for my next tour. I will be there April, I arrive April 17th, and I leave April 28th, which basically means I'll be working April 18th to midnight of April 27th, because I want to be there for Earth Day, because that's my day, and I want to be able to raise a lot of money for charity that day. So I'll put the announcement video out soon about that. So if you are of age and able to come out to Reno, definitely come out and see me. You can always email me if you have any questions, because we have lodging there, and I know all about lodging in the area and transportation and all that. If you, let's say you drive or take a train or fly into Reno or, the Tahoe area or wherever, they can, there's transportation to take you to and from. It's all very modern, very easy, and you just have to be at least 18 because that's the law. But other than that, yeah, I just got that situated, and I am kind of looking forward to going back. There's a convention near me this weekend for comic books and sci-fi and stuff like that, but I'm still between what's going on with my dog and myself, and I'm still kind of peopled out from 3 weeks out in Reno, I'm kind of like, I don't think I'll have time to even day trip it, even though I have some pretty cool costumes I'd like to wear. Instead, I'll probably just talk to some of my photographer friends about setting up a separate photo shoot at a later time, because I really need new cosplay photos. Like, I've got Zero Suit Samus, I got Diva from Overwatch, I got a really cool Catwoman, I've got Harley Quinn, I've got all kinds of cool stuff. I need some freaking photos of it, wouldn't you agree? Plus, I need photos in general, which means I gotta go, manicure, because this has really been bothering me. I literally broke a nail to the point where, like, the painted part of the nail not only peeled off, but then it took off the nail with it that had grown out. So now I have like one stubby, shorty, naked nail on one hand, and then the rest still have their polish on it, but they're just obscenely grown out. So I am long overdue for a manicure. So I want to get a manicure and a pedicure, and I want to get a facial too, because my skin with all this weather and all this stress has been going crazy, and I could use a nice facial. This is all girly stuff, but the guys out there, don't knock it till you try it. You don't have to get any polish or anything. Just get a manicure, get a pedicure. It'll clean up all the skin around your cuticles and under your nails. It'll make everything all nice. And it'll make your hands and feet all like soft and nice. So it's, good for, like, people touch you like, oh, you got really nice hands and whatnot. And plus, when you're with a partner, they'll notice how clean and well maintained your hands are. So definitely recommend it. And also a facial, especially if you have some skin issues. A good quality facial will go a long way to help clear that up. So don't knock this girly spa stuff until you try it. And I'm just trying to internally justify it because it costs money. And even though I got some pretty good money from my last trip to Reno, I'm like, treat yourself. And my brain is like, no, save your money. But then it's like, treat yourself. I'm like, so I don't know. Should I treat myself? You tell me, people. Should I treat myself? Do I deserve to treat myself with a manicure that I actually kind of really, really need because of how my nails grew out and everything else? Do I need it? Or do I not treat myself? You let me know if I should treat myself, because I'm kind of at a war with that. And speaking of treating myself, I for live streaming on Twitch, because of that strike I got, I can't live stream on YouTube until sometime in May at the earliest, when the strike is lifted. I'm looking at getting a webcam. I use a MacBook Pro, which comes with a FaceTime camera, but when it comes to streaming and just recording video, it's not super great. You need like a lot of lighting, and especially if you're streaming, there's lag. So I'm looking at a webcam, a Logitech. I'm looking at the Logitech HD Pro webcam C920, which shoots in 1080p, and it's on Amazon for a little over $50. And then there's another one that's recommended, that's a Logitech HD Pro webcam, C922X Pro Stream, which is apparently recommended for streaming. but it has a lot of features like background replacement and stuff for people without green screens. But apparently that's a Windows only thing, and I use Mac, so I don't know if it'd be worth it to spend $90 on a webcam for features I couldn't really use. So if you have any experience with those Logitech webcams, do let me know. And let me know if I should treat myself into it, because that way I can not only stream in HD with my mic and the camera, I can also make videos with my face in it and whatnot. And one more thing I'd like for your input is if you've seen my Twitter and Instagram, I change my hair fairly often. So I was wondering what color you think I should do my hair next, because right now it's shades of red with undercolor of dark blue and purple. And I was wondering what you think I should mix it up to. So yeah, those are your feedback questions this go around. Do let me know in the comments, and thank you so much for listening to me. I really appreciate it with all this. And I'll catch you all later, okay? Bye. Have a wonderful day. Mwah.